Our next guest here has long been a fan favorite on the Food Network. Known as the Pioneer Woman, Ree Drummond whips up great recipes that you can recreate in your kitchen. Her cookbooks and children's books have spent more than 130 weeks on the New York Times bestseller list. Little Ree is her latest venture, a new children's book series that might seem a little more than familiar. Ree Drummond joins us this morning live by satellite from New York City. Hi, Ree.
Hi, Cheryl. How are you?
I'm doing great. Congratulations on the new book. It's out today, but I already read that it is already a bestseller on Amazon thanks to pre-sales. That's got to be pretty exciting.
Oh, well, that's great. I had so much fun writing this book. I have a little bit of a personal attachment, as you know, to the story, and it has just been a great experience from start to finish.
This is kind of a fish out of water story, which is kind of your story, talking about Little Ree is kind of your life story, isn't it?
Well, it is. It's a little bit in reverse. I moved to the country as an adult. I married a cattle rancher cowboy and moved to the country in my 20s. I was the last person anybody thought would live in the country. So I was definitely a fish out of water. I had many bumps in the road as I navigated the early mornings, the animals everywhere, trying to help my husband work cattle and ride horses. So I decided to write a book that told these experiences through a little girl. Little Ree moves to the country with her family and lives on her grandparents' ranch, and some of her experiences parallel mine. So I really was able to get in Little Ree's mind and write just as I thought as an adult.
And this is aimed at young children, about 4 to 8 years old. It's lovely illustrations and a great story. And talking about real life inspiration, do we find your children inspire any of the characters in the book?
Well, certainly my experiences over the last 20 years, you'll find little hints in the book. Horses that we've had in our family for years. Pepper is one of my kids' horses, and that's Little Ree's horse. Puggy and Patches, my dog and cat, were actually childhood pets of mine. The things that I have watched my children do through the years, really informed the things that I told about. So, it's funny because I did not grow up in the country. I was not a country girl, but I raised 4 country kids. So, they're complete pros by now. Even 20 years in, I wouldn't say that I'm a pro, but the story really shows you that, Little Ree finds out that being a country girl is a pretty cool thing. And it's not really about being able to ride horses perfectly or being experienced in all the ways of ranch life, but it's sort of a state of mind. And so I think it's a nice little story about blooming where you're planted.
I love that, blooming where you're planted. And we saw an illustration of a horse stealing some pancakes, and you have a special recipe in the book as well.
Yes, of course I have to include food in everything. There's a scene in Little Ree where she makes pancakes with her grandmother. Probably one of my favorite scenes in the book because I love food and I love pancakes. So yes, Pepper, who has already driven Little Ree crazy by eating grass when he's supposed to go and eating hay when he's supposed to take her to work cattle, he reaches in the window and steals a pancake. And
oh, I love
she
that.
She doesn't understand why he needs 3 breakfasts.
Well, they can find the recipe for the pancakes and Little Ree's story in the book that comes out today. Thanks so much, Ree Drummond, for joining us today.
Thank you, Cheryl.
You're welcome, and we look forward to more adventures from Little Ree.